I'm in Prague, and this is possibly very, very likely the last stop in my European adventures before I go back to the Southern Hemisphere. I'm going to go and do the tourist classic walk.
Okay, so we have made it to the very beginning of the Bohemian Walk as expressed in the map. Right here. This little point, this little dot here is point A. So it essentially goes in a C-shape type of thing from the top to the bottom, and it ends in the gardens of one of the dots, one of the points that I had actually investigated prior to coming here. But Prague is very hilly, and I am tired, and I made the terrible mistake of buying sparkling water instead of regular water, and the shock that you receive when you're not expecting sparkling water, it's bigger and more annoying than you think. I really get self-conscious when people see me recording in public. So, well, anyways, we're going to start with the Bohemian path, or the Bohemian walk, and then we're gonna go probably back home because I'm tired. What did I do? It's so fun or funny how life works. I went to a random restaurant, coffee shop that is like a minute away from the Airbnb where I'm staying, and one of the waiters there asked me if I was Indian because he saw my ring. And I was like, oh no, this is my graduation ring, but my family does have Indian heritage. So, and I'm pretty sure I'm saying that incorrectly, but okay. And he was like, oh, I was just so curious because I thought that you had something, blah, blah, blah. And so we started talking about heritage and where we come from and how my whole family has a history of migrating. Because yes, my family on my mom's side does have Indian heritage. And then they migrated to Trinidad and Tobago, and then my grandparents migrated to Venezuela, and then okay. Anywho, we started talking about heritage and where everybody's from and how my family has a whole history of migrating from one place to another. So he asked what I was doing in Prague, like if I was studying or anything like that. And I was like, no, I'm just visiting. It's my first time visiting Prague, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, oh, what are you doing these few days? And I said, oh, there's a language exchange event here at this cafe later today. So I'm going to come to that. I was like, oh, I'm actually the one organizing that, but I'm not coming today because there's a Bollywood party. I was like, oh, that's interesting. And he invited me to the Bollywood party. So we exchanged Instagrams. And now, well, if he does tell me what the info of the thing is, like I'll probably go, probably not. But it's going to be super interesting. Who would have thought that I'd be coming to Prague to like talk about my very far removed Indian heritage? And I say very far removed, but my family is still very much connected to that side of their heritage. We eat the food, we participate in the customs, we dress with the traditional clothes. So we used to do that a lot more than before, but like we watch the movies. We are very much involved with that side of our heritage, or more than many other people would be, being that it is so far removed, because it's not even my great-grandparents. It's like very, very far removed. So who'd have thought that I would migrate to Argentina to travel and vacation in Europe and then like meet someone who would invite me to a Bollywood party in Prague. Anywho, further updates. I am weak, and that coffee shop that I went to also is a bookstore, so I bought books because they sound very interesting. I bought the Comfort Book by Matt Haig. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I've bought like 3 or 4 books by him already, and they are all the types of books that they're very easy to read, and they all give you some like food for thought. So I bought this one, and then The Course of Love is the other one that I bought. It's a novel, but also supposed to be kind of like a guide of sorts. Like it talks about love beyond just the first few stages of love, and it talks about marriage and what it takes to keep loving someone, etc., etc. And I am a romantic, and it talks about things beyond romantic love. So I am very interested in that. And then it has She and Her Cat. I don't know that you guys know this about me, but I am obsessed with cat stickers and cat memes. And me and my best friend, who I believe is my soulmate, my platonic soulmate, we believe we're soulmates. We exchange a lot of cat memes and a lot of cat stickers on WhatsApp. And it talks about the ways in which 3 different people have dealt with different situations in their lives, and how cats are involved and how cats have helped them. And I do believe that cats are very good, that like a very nice animal. The way that animals in general interact with life can be a very good way to analyze and like philosophize through life. Maybe I'm talking nonsense right now. But anyways, it talks about how cats have helped different people in different stages of their life. And I'm obsessed with cats, and my best friend and I are obsessed with cats. And like we share this, so I decided to buy it. So yeah, these are the 3 impulsive book purchases that I made. I get really self-conscious recording myself in public, but there is really no other choice. So anyways, that's all. I'm gonna rest for like 5 more minutes, and I'm gonna try to start doing the walk, like the tour, the Bohemian tour. I've said this several times already throughout the vlog, but by the time that I arrived in Prague, my general life battery was already low. I was literally powering through the last bits of the trip, trying my best to enjoy it under the thought that this was the very first time that I came to Europe, and I had to absolutely make the most of it because this is not something that I had the opportunity to do with my family when I was younger. And I had to not waste a single second of it while I was doing it by myself as a young adult. Small stairs. Sure, perfectly nice spot to sit down and just chillax. This is very much like a maze. Another perfect spot to just sit down and chillax. Seriously though, why are there so many places where you can just sit down underneath a crypt type thing? What is this? This is genuinely sort of creepy. Okay, let's move on. Enough creeping myself out. Let's just go somewhere where I can actually see the light and the outside. And we're at the top. Something about myself that I have discovered during this trip is that I hate being a tourist, but mostly because I also hate tourists. But there's no escaping the fact that I am a tourist. However, I think that I do try to do like nicer tourism, like I'm not going around the streets yelling. I'm very self-conscious, or I'm very self-aware of the space that I occupy. I don't go around yelling or drinking in the streets, making noise or bumping into people or anything like that. And even when I record these videos, I'm very aware of my surroundings. I am very cautious not to bother anybody, not to speak too loud. And I go to these places and I try to be respectful, but I am a tourist and I hate very rowdy, loud tourists. So I hate the fact that I am one, but I do like to think that I try not to contribute to the part of tourism that I hate. I'm very nice and polite whenever I go to a restaurant. I leave tips, I try to engage, but well, you never know. Oh, this is very pretty. Time to go home because my phone is dying. I need to charge it, I need to take a shower, I need to leave the things I bought there, and we have more kind of creepy sit-in places. Honestly, does anybody just come here to chill? This is a very random place to come and just chill, but I don't put it beyond people to do more than just chill, even though it's creepy. Why do I keep going inside the very random, scary, dark places? Kinda lost, kinda don't know how to go down. I'd completely forgotten how I got upstairs, and I could not see the stairs, and therefore I did not know how to get back down, but I found it. Okay, time to get back home. Growing up, my family was very set in the middle class. We were never missing a single meal at our dinner table, and we had good educations, and our parents did the best they could to provide us with a good life. But doing these things like traveling to a different continent were always a luxury outside of our economic possibilities. So the fact that I've grown up to work and be able to afford these things for myself is a big deal. And the fact that it all started with me making the simple but daunting decision of packing my things to leave Venezuela and start a new life in Argentina makes it even more unbelievable. Hello.
good morning, or rather good afternoon, because it's 2 p.m. on a Sunday. I arrived in Prague Friday night, and yesterday I woke up very late, and today I didn't wake up that late, but I did have to do some work before going out. And to be completely honest, my touristy battery is just like very, very, very low. I really don't feel like doing anything. I think that I am spent. When I went to Malaga with my friends, I had kind of like these bursts of energy, and I was like, oh, it must be because I'm nearing the end of my 3-month stay here in Europe, and I'm just like pumped and I'm happy and I'm excited. So like my body's giving me these last burst of energy before finishing these 3 months traveling. I've been traveling for about 2 months and 2 weeks now. But I arrived in Prague, and honestly, I don't want to do anything. I just want to stay in the Airbnb. Battery ran out as I was talking, which kind of really reflects the way that I'm feeling. My battery is running out. It is very, very low. It is currently, what's today? Today is the 9th of July? Yes, today is July 9th. I'm in a ground floor apartment, and like the window that I'm using to give me better lighting for the video is facing the street, and I can see people walking by, and even though they're technically like they're doing anything but paying attention to one of the apartments, I still feel very self-conscious whenever somebody walks in front of me. Anyways, I'm in Prague, and my battery's so low that I didn't want to do anything today. I haven't been that touristy. I was like all day yesterday, I just went to one single, let's say 3 touristy attractions or whatever. I walked a lot, and then I went to one of the best restaurants with the best burgers that I've had in a very long time. I'm here by myself. Okay, why not? Jump at the bar. I have a list of 22 things. I've only done like 2, and I am tired and exhausted, and I want to get back home. And then I just saw the KFC, and the KFC looked at me in the eye. How incredibly lucky I am. Prague was a fairy tale to me. It's time for me to start packing my bags. Where to start packing